What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to LTH. My name is Abe and I am your host of this series, How to Set Up a Home Lab. In this video, we're going to be covering Pihole, which is a network-wide ad blocker, and it will be hosted within our Proxmox virtual environment. And we are going to configure our DNS settings using our OPNsense firewall. Now, if you do not have an OPNsense firewall, you do not need it to perform these tasks. Just everything I do in OPNsense, you will need to find those settings in your home router. Most routers allow you to set your DNS IP addresses. So that is what you will do in this place. If you're unfamiliar with our channel or our series, every video we create has a walkthrough guide with screenshots that you can click on to make bigger, as well as copyable commands. So if I ever go too fast throughout this video, please go head over to our article and get a better idea of what we are doing. So the first thing you need to do is set up a Pihole machine. We did the default 32 gigs of storage, 2 gigs of RAM, and 2 virtual CPUs. You will also need to go to Pihole's website and log into your OPNsense machine. Okay, so as we've done in all videos, I'm going to open up the command line. I'll make this nice and big, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to SSH into our machine at our username at our IP address, 192.168.50.241. And click in, type in our password, and we're in our machine. I'm going to do Control L to close that or to clear up our space. Go over to Pihole's website, click Install Pihole, and now we are going to grab this one-step automatic install script, right click in here and click enter. So since this needs admin privileges, we're going to type in our password, and it's going to start automatically installing this using a bash script, which is super convenient, and this is probably one of the easiest things we're going to do in this course. Okay, and it is done. It's saying we're going to transform your device into a network blocker. Okay. You need to set a static IP address for the server. I will show you how to do that here in a second. And then we are going to be using Cloudflare's DNS servers. If you would like to use custom, I will show you how to do that in the browser-based version. Yes, yes, yes to all of these, and continue. So it's going to set up the actual web interface that we can go to, and it makes it super easy. We'll be able to click on it from inside of our command line here in just a second. Okay, and here it is. It presents the information to us. We can go back into our command line. We can hover over the IP address, hold down our control key, and left click, and it will open it in our browser, and it creates a randomly generated password. So I'm going to add this into my Obsidian notes, as I recommend all of you do. And then I will go back to my browser, and we're going to log in. So we are in our Pihole instance. It was that easy. Now there's only one other thing that we really need to do. Is we need to go over to our Proxmox machine, log in, go to System, Settings, General, and under here, our DNS settings need to be changed to our IP address of our Pihole machine, which we know because we logged into, but it's also available right there. And I got to get rid of this HTTP website stuff and type it in there. So just go ahead and click save. And then the other place we need to do that at, after that's been successfully applied, is services, DHCP, LAN, and our DNS gateway right here. scroll all the way down to the bottom and click save. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our leases tab where we have all the IP addresses of our device. Our device is connected to our network. We're going to find our Pihole machine, which is at 241. Scroll all the way to the right, click the plus sign, type in here the IP address of our machine, and give it the host name of Pihole, and click save. Apply changes, and if we scroll all the way back down to the bottom, we can now see we have a static IP address assigned to our machine. So regardless if you unplug it or plug it in, once this MAC address gets connected to the network, it will give it this IP address, and our Pihole machine is set up. So in Pihole, we can see we have no active clients yet because it takes a little while, but we can speed up this process by typing in a couple commands, which I'm actually gonna have to do on my local computer. So make sure you don't do this on your server, but in another tab on your local machine. And well, let me show you first, how do we know it changed? I'm gonna do ipconfig all, and I can see my DNS server is at 50.1. So if I perform the command ipconfig flush DNS, and then I do ipconfig renew, it is going to update our DNS records for our computer. And then if I do ipconfig /all, I can see my DNS server is now at 241. This will still usually take a couple minutes. So what I like to do real quick is go to Google and be like, test something out, right? To get my computer to talk with the DNS server. So let's look up, what is the best soccer team in the world? Okay, that's subjective, right? We're all fans. I'll just click something here real quick. And then I'll look down here and look at that. We can actually see that it removed the ad, which is cool. So we know Pihole's working. We also verified that it is connected because of 241. And then if we go back over to our Pihole machine, you can actually see there's an advertisement right there. And if we go back to our machine, we're going to go under this tab and wait a little while because this device does not use Pihole as indicating red. Our machine is at 15. This is, like I said, going to take a couple minutes. I'm going to pause this video, come back, and I'll show you this had turned green, but we know it's connected because we have verified. Okay guys, so I'm back. That it just took like 30 seconds. We can see that our machine is now using Pihole to filter ads. This is not going to filter out 100% of ads. Here we can see we're getting about a 57% block rate, which is still better than nothing. There are a couple things that you can do though to increase this. We go to the ad list tab and we can see that we only have the Steven Black block list. You can add more up here. So if you would like to restrict your network a little bit more, there's this website called firebog.net. And if we can see here, list in green and bulleted with a tick are least likely to interfere with browsing. So this is a love-hate relationship. If you add more things, there's a higher likelihood that you're going to attempt to go to normal websites that you'd like to go to, and it gets in the way or it blocks it. Right? But if you want to go to this website and add more to hopefully increase your block rate, you type that URL in here and then add comments, right? Extra block list, and click add. And now this will take a little while. It'll download and it will add this block list into our Pihole, but then that's going to increase that rate at which you block things. If you're unsure if there's something in here that you might not want to block, you can search through here and see if it has that on its block list or not, okay? Once again, gonna take a little while, but you could do more. You could go in here and add more if you would like to, but that's really it. That's all there is to this video, is that. Now, if you would like to do an extra step, you can switch your upstream DNS servers to something else that's not like this. What I recommend is if you want a little bit more protection for malware blocking, you can use Cloudflare's DNS servers at these IP address, or if you're at home and you have kids or you just don't want to see this content yourself, there is a malware and adult content blocker. So you could take those two IP addresses, uncheck these, check these, and input them into there, scroll all the way down and click save. Hey guys, post edit Abe here real quick. I just forgot to add that I also recommend, in conjunction with Pihole, to also have end device based ad blockers. This is the one I recommend for Chrome and web browsing, but it's just something to consider. The more layers of protection you have in your network, the better odds that your ad blocks will occur and you won't ever have malicious content reach your end device. All right. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that was super simple. Go ahead and leave a comment of software recommendations or future videos or what you liked about this video. My name is Abe. Thank you for watching, and this is LTH.